Hello, and here we are with match 2 of the losers finals. This match will be to decide who goes ahead and faces EOS's group, Madness and Mayhem, in the grand finals for the prize of a nightmare each. On the blue team today we have TOBB's team, which is Little Bits, facing off against the Evictus team, which is the old bold Vitavets. As we can see, it looks like TOBB has brought a kiting or range control team with a Raven, a Naga, a Celestis, a Corax, and a Morlus. The likelihood is that their small support is going to be there to provide a little bit of extra damage, but mostly to keep E-Ward down on the enemy team. And once again, the old bold Vitavet team has brought up their remote repping comp, this time an exact repeat of the one previously used, with a Morlus, a Corax, a Vexor, an Oracle, and a remote repping Armageddon. So the real question is which of these teams is going to be able to kill the other first. Because it looks like the long range of the TOBB team is going to really help them pick off that support, but I don't know if they'll have enough damage to break the cruiser and battlecruiser core of the comp. So we're just going to have to see how that goes. So, without further ado, let's get on with the action. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, engage. So it's going to be a little bit of time here before damage lands from either team, as both of them are using delayed damage application from the Raven, with the Raven and the Naga both needing some time to lock. But it looks like they're going to be trying to focus down the cruiser of Binary Gamera first. The real question is, where is he on the field? It looks like he's in the back, so they're easily shooting 110k. And that guy is he is trying to burn to reach the reps of the battleship. But the question is, are the TOBB team going to be able to burn him down in time? It looks like he's got a little bit of a local tank, but it's not even going to be close to enough with the amount of damage it's pouring down on them. So the lack of a range bonus is really hurting them here. And as they get in, it looks like that Corax is taking damage. I don't quite know how, but it looks like it must be from I don't know why they would damage you. But down goes the Vexor, so that's the first thing. We're seeing some good kiting here. The support of the TOBB team coming over the top and holding just to screen off some of the support of the Victus team. And there we go. We see damage applied to the Corax of Dasmon, as the Corax of Ilari is also taking damage on the TOBB team. And drones are getting thrown down. It looks like they're being delivered to the battlecruiser, to the battleship, the remote repping core of their comp. And meanwhile, the team of TOBB has taken very, very little damage. In fact, the Corax is even regenerating shields just passively, as nothing can hurt them. The damps of both the Morlus and the Celestis seem to be taking a huge toll on the projection of the other team. But it does look like warriors are getting applied to that Corax. That could be helpful for them, but I don't know if I don't know how many damps that thing is going to have. They need to take damps off the field, and I think their time to do that has passed, unless their Morlus can counter damp out the Celestis and the Morlus of the other team. But yeah, it looks like those drones are going to take down that Corax before he can do anything, and down he goes. So it's just down to seeing if the blue team can take out the red team's Armageddon before they lose any more support to the drones of the red comp. It looks like they're using their drones to take down the offensive drones of the other TOBB team. So that's very clever. That's reducing as much incoming damage as is possible. Meanwhile, the rest of them are staying as still as possible to try and project damage as well as they can down onto this enemy team. The buffer tank of that Armageddon still proving to be formidable, even against the massive onslaught of both Naga and Raven. Those are likely cruise missiles coming out from the Raven, and likely railguns from the Naga. So there's a lot of damage coming out, and it's still only just trickling down. So it must be full tank fit. The question is, are we going to see the first victory of a team with a Raven here? The damps are certainly doing their work, but I don't know if they can hold off. And that Armageddon, the Oracle is burning in. He's burning towards the enemy team. Is he trying to take down that Celestis, trying to get in range? It looks like that's what he's doing there. It's a very clever compliment, but I wouldn't be surprised if the team of TOBB switched onto him now, as he is going to be well out of the rep range of that Armageddon. And as we saw before, he has very, very little buffer tank, mostly resists fit. The Maulus, on the other hand, is just kiting around the arena, trying to put damps on the enemy team and just survive and avoid the drones of the enemy team. And there we go, we can see some damage start to be switched back onto that Oracle. The question is he going to be putting some damage out? And he is. He's putting damage on the Raven. The real question is, are those drones assisted to him? Are the red drones assisted to that Oracle? Because if they are, they're going to be able to hit those. They're going to be able to hit that team right away. It doesn't look like they are, but they are able to get drones on that Maulus now. That's brilliant. That's great for the team. It's going to let them project their damage out a lot easier. And that Armageddon's repping armor, and that Raven's taking a hell of a lot of damage as well. It looked like the blue team had this all lined up. All they had to do was keep range. But it looks like one critical mistake from one of their Mauluses has cost them dearly now. With only one set of damps on the field for 3 ships, I don't know if they can keep that range control up. But as I say that Armageddon is dipping very, very low in structure, barely alive. And they're going to need that damage to take down the Raven of Devesta Julie. And they're going to need those reps to keep him alive. And he's down. So that leaves only 2 ships on the field for the red team. And the Raven is slowly repping back up. The real question now is just how long can that Oracle last, and can he take out the Raven? I don't know how a duel between a Naga and an Oracle would go, but safe to say that it would be interesting. The real question is, can they make it an even fight? There's only one bit of DPS left on the field now, one major bit of DPS in Thorma Dragon. It's going to take a lot of maneuvering and maybe a couple of maybe a boundary violation from that Naga to win, but he does have a chance. But unfortunately, it looks like the missiles from the Raven, or at least the railguns from the Naga, are applying well enough that they're slowly burning through his armor reserves. That Maulus really isn't doing much, unfortunately. There's just too many ships, and they don't have to fear that the guns of the Oracle as much, as they just don't have enough supporting DPS or tackle to hold them in place. And as I say that, the Maulus is burning around really close to the Raven. Is he tackling it? Or is he just trying to get some good damps down? Either way, it doesn't look like it's going to matter as that Oracle dips into deep armor here. It's going to be hitting structure any time now, and that's going to be the death knell for the team. Yeah, and there we are. It looks like he didn't even have a damage control fit. Pure armor resists to try and project from the base of the Armageddon, and it folded to damps, as one would expect. So here we are now with this Maulus just trying to survive against the enemy team. Let's see if he can pull out something crazy, or if he just gets blapped off the field. Looks like he's got a trail of drones behind him. And that Naga is still hitting him. He must have a ton of tracking computers, or at least paints from the Raven or something, because that is ridiculous. Yeah, what we saw here was really the strength of damps. Obviously, as damps are allowed to be scripted in this tournament, it makes the Celestis and the Maulus a very strong support ship. And that helps counteract the power of a lot of the cutting ships in this setup. Looks like the Maulus is charging directly at the Celestis. I don't know what he's going to do, but he's going to try something. Yep, just taking damage. It looks like he's got a local rep of some sort and is slowly regenning a bit. But I don't think that's going to help him, and there he goes. One good volley was all it took. And that leaves the blue team as the victor. Team TOBB will be going through to the grand finals on Sunday. One excellent fight. Unfortunately, it was an E-War heavy comp from TOBB. It seems to be their signature style, so we're going to be getting to see that go up against the very, very tanky and DPS focused comps of Madness and Mayhem, and see just how they work together. I cannot wait.